Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking quite a fascinating detour. We're looking into reproductive medicine. Our sources are really digging into this key intersection point. How specialized complementary care. We're talking traditional Chinese medicine. TCM isn't just sitting alongside Western fertility treatment.
No, it's actually integrating.
Yes.
Successfully.
Successfully integrated.
Exactly. So our mission today really is to zero in on the path forged by acupuncturist Mike Berkley and the Berkley Center for Reproductive Wellness.
Okay.
What the sources show us is this really carefully built integrated approach. And it's offering, a lifeline.
A lifeline for couples, individuals, often people who've tried conventional methods for years.
Right.
And haven't had success.
Precisely. Years of unsuccessful cycles.
And the thing that really sparks this whole field, it's an incredibly personal story. It's like the proof point that started it all.
Yeah, it really is.
We found out that back in the 90s, Mike Berkley and his wife, Nancy, they were facing their own infertility struggle. And the diagnosis sounds pretty tough. It was complex. Poor sperm morphology for Mike, low motility.
Right, and Nancy was dealing with anti-sperm antibodies, so issues on both sides.
Wow. Okay, so instead of jumping straight into, say, IVF.
Right, instead of going right for the high-tech options, they looked into complementary approaches first. They tried acupuncture and herbal treatment.
And the result?
Genuinely transformative. Nancy conceived naturally. Within 3 months of starting the treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their son, he's 29 now, he's basically the living proof that this approach could work.
So that personal crisis just immediately became this powerful clinical insight. Like, hang on, this proactive complementary stuff could actually work where maybe the conventional view had hit a dead end.
Exactly right. That experience, it wasn't just, a happy ending. It really highlighted the absolute need for personalized protocols in reproductive health. It showed that preparing the body, addressing these underlying systemic imbalances, it could overcome factors that high-tech medicine often tries to, bypass or only treats once there's a clear problem.
And this wasn't just a casual switch for Mike Berkley, was it? Going from patient success to becoming a clinical expert, he really committed.
Oh, absolutely. Years of serious study.
How long are we talking?
Okay, so 4 years studying acupuncture. Really rigorous stuff at the Pacific College of Oriental Medicine in New York.
Right.
Then 2 more years focused just on complex herbal medicine, getting the formulations right.
Wow.
And he got nationally board certified in both acupuncture and herbal medicine.
And what's really striking, based on the records we looked at, is that this deep dive into study led to something pretty huge for the field. He became the very first acupuncturist in the United States to specialize exclusively in fertility issues. That focus, that's what made the difference.
Yeah, that kind of hyper-specialization, that created the foundation for the Berkley Center for Reproductive Wellness. He founded it in '98 in Manhattan.
Okay.
And the key thing here, it wasn't just, another general TCM clinic popping up. It was the first complementary medicine clinic in the U.S. solely dedicated to reproductive challenges.
Solely. So everything was tailored from day one.
Every protocol, every diagnostic approach, every single treatment. Optimized right from the start for fertility patients.
And, for anyone listening who might be going through treatment, access to a specialist is everything.
Absolutely.
And this center seems to have really prioritized making their care easy to get. They operate 7 days a week.
7 days, yeah.
Offering sessions in the office, home visits too.
In Manhattan and the boroughs.
Plus national and international phone consults. They basically built their service model around the kind of urgency and commitment fertility patients need.
That level of availability, it really signals that this isn't just some side thing. It's meant to be a seamless part of the patient's overall plan, running alongside or getting them ready for Western interventions.
Okay, so let's really get into the engineering behind the success. What are these specific evidence-based protocols, the ones developed over Berkley's, 27-year career now?
Yeah, about that.
We're looking at a 3-part approach, right? Blending Eastern wisdom with modern science. Acupuncture, customized herbal medicine, and low-level light therapy, LLT.
Right. And that specific combination is crucial. It's designed to address the body's internal environment, optimizing things at a cellular level, which in turn dramatically improves the chances of success for any procedure that follows.
Let's start with the timing, because I think this is one of the most, eye-opening things in this whole deep dive. The acupuncture protocol, typically twice a week for 3 months. Why 3 months? That seems specific.
It is incredibly specific. And it's non-negotiable. physiologically speaking. That 3-month window lines up directly with the time it takes for full egg development, ooprogenesis, and sperm development, spermatogenesis.
Okay, so it's about the development cycle.
Exactly. If you're preparing to conceive, you're not really treating the egg or sperm you have right now. You're treating the body's environment today so that the egg and sperm maturing, 90 days down the line
Are the best quality they can possibly be.
highest possible quality. Yeah.
That makes total sense. You have to treat the factory, not just inspect the product coming off the line.
So during those 90 days of acupuncture, what specific benefits are they actually aiming for?
The goals are pretty technical, actually. First, improving blood flow. To the ovaries, to the uterus, making sure nutrients get in, waste gets out.
Okay. Better circulation.
Second, regulating hormones, getting that whole hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis communication working smoothly, normalizing ovulation.
Right. The hormonal balance. Third, and this is huge in modern life, stress reduction. Acute stress reduction. High cortisol is terrible for reproductive function. Acupuncture helps mitigate that stress response directly. And at the same time, it works to thicken the uterine lining, which is absolutely essential for implantation to happen successfully.
And the care doesn't just stop at conception, does it?
No, it shifts.
Yeah.
Once conception happens, the focus changes immediately. It becomes all about miscarriage prevention for the first 13 weeks.
Getting through that critical first trimester.
Exactly. Securing the pregnancy.
Okay, next pillar. Customized herbal medicine. This seems like where the real TCM diagnostic skill comes in. How is this different from me just going online and buying, a bunch of standard fertility supplements?
Oh, it's completely different. Night and day. It's all about precision and personalization.
Oh, so?
Well, standard supplements, they're often based on general population deficiencies, right? Like vitamin B, CoQ10, maybe everyone takes those.
Broad strokes.
Customized herbal medicine works based on TCM diagnosis, identifying specific patterns of imbalance in that specific patient. Things like dampness or blood stagnation or maybe yin deficiency.
Okay, so it's individualized patterns.
Totally. So you could have two patients, both technically have poor egg quality on paper, but they might get two entirely different herbal formulas because the root cause of that poor quality, according to PCM, is different for each of them.
Got it. So the personalization really targets the unique underlying biology of the individual patient. What are the main benefits these tailored formulas aim for internally?
They're powerful cellular level boosters, essentially. They're prescribed to reduce oxidative stress. Think of that like cellular rust.
Okay. Anti-aging at the cellular level.
Sort of, yeah. They also strengthen the uterine lining, complementing the acupuncture. And critically, they're designed to boost mitochondrial function, the energy centers of the cells.
Right, the mitochondria.
And the sources really emphasize this. When they're prescribed correctly by a specialist, they are highly effective without the kind of systemic side effects you often see with pharmaceuticals.
Okay, let's spend some time on the third element.
Yeah.
Because this is where the tech integration feels, well, maybe a bit surprising if you're thinking purely traditional Chinese medicine. Low-level light therapy, LLLT, using red and infrared light. Why bring this modern tech into the mix?
Because the goal is results, and the mechanism here is enhancing cellular function. Specifically, LLLT is used for optimizing the mitochondria.
Okay, back to the mitochondria again. The cell's batteries.
Exactly. If you want a quick takeaway, think of the egg cell's mitochondria as its power pack. As women get older or due to other factors, these batteries can get damaged or just run down. And that's a major reason for poor egg quality and, consequently, IVF failure.
So LLT is like trying to literally recharge the egg's batteries.
That's a great way to put it, yes. The specific wavelengths of red and infrared light stimulate the mitochondria. They improve their function, boost their energy production, ATP production.
There's a protocol for this, too.
Oh, yes. Very specific. 30-minute sessions twice a week for 12 weeks. Again, lining up with that crucial 90-day egg development cycle.
Makes sense.
And there's research supporting this. It shows that improving mitochondrial function with LLLT can significantly improve IVF outcomes, especially for patients who've had issues with poor egg quality before.
That sounds really significant.
It's so important that the Berkley Center actually formalized it. They have a comprehensive egg quality improvement program that specifically combines acupuncture and LLLT together.
Okay, follow-up question then. If this LLLT tech is potentially so effective for something as fundamental as egg quality, why isn't it just standard practice everywhere? Like in all the big IVF clinics we know, Cornell, NYU, RMA. Is it super expensive, or is the evidence still seen as, too new?
That's a really good question. It touches on maybe a bit of medical inertia. The technology itself isn't wildly inaccessible, but Western medicine often defaults to drugs or procedures first.
Right.
LLT requires that upfront commitment, that 3-month prep time, which doesn't always fit neatly into the often faster timeline of a standard IVF cycle.
So it demands a shift in how we view the timeline.
Exactly, a shift towards longer preparation. The evidence for LLT is solid, especially for certain patient groups, but getting it mandated across the board requires rethinking that standard clinical pathway. And many conventional clinics might still be hesitant to insist on that longer prep phase.
Which actually brings us really neatly to the whole collaboration aspect.
Yeah.
Because this isn't just patients finding TCM on their own, kind of doing it in parallel, hoping it helps.
No, not at all.
The Berkley Center, according to our sources, treats a lot of patients who are actually referred directly from or are actively coordinating care with some of the biggest names in NYC reproductive medicine.
Yes. And the fact that these major conventional clinics, the ones you mentioned, trust and coordinate with the Berkley Center, that speaks volumes about the acceptance of the method's effectiveness.
It implies they see a benefit they can't always provide themselves.
Exactly. They're essentially outsourcing that specialized preparatory phase.
Mm-hmm.
They recognize that Mike Berkley's focused approach can achieve a level of physiological optimization, better eggs, better sperm, better lining that they often can't get just using drugs alone.
And we're talking the real heavy hitters here, names people recognize. NYU, New York Cornell, which is Weill Cornell.
Mm-hmm. RMA Reproductive Medicine Associates. Columbia, CHR, the Center for Human Reproduction, CCRM, Shade Grove.
That's basically the whole New York City fertility landscape, or a huge chunk of it, acknowledging and using this complementary expertise.
And why does this integration matter so much? It's simple, really. These patients, often folks who've had cycles fail before, they're looking for anything that maximizes their chances next time. They want the absolute best quality eggs and sperm possible going into their IVF or IUI cycle.
So the Berkley Center handles the groundwork.
Right. The preventative care, you could call it, stress reduction, optimizing that uterine lining, boosting cellular energy with herbs and LLT. They build this robust physiological foundation.
Which then leads to a much higher chance of success when the Western procedure, the IVF or IUI, finally happens.
It's truly aiming for the best of both worlds, working together seamlessly.
That deep, really holistic view, treating the whole person's system over 90 days, not just managing the cycle itself that seems to be the absolute defining feature here, and why the integration works.
It completely reframes what preparation means in fertility care.
Yeah.
It connects the dots between, the mind, stress levels, cellular health, and actual reproductive function in a really targeted, specialized way, maximizing resilience before you bring in the expensive high-tech interventions.
So wrapping this up, what's the core takeaway for you, the listener?
I think it's that the decades of success stories coming out of the Berkley Center really show the powerful results you can get when this kind of deep specialization, backed by evidence using complementary medicine, is applied.
Mm-hmm.
It proves that the path to fertility success often requires, patience, personalization, and a real commitment to building that optimized, holistic foundation first.
And it really does raise a bigger question for the whole field of reproductive medicine, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, if these optimized protocols, the ones targeting underlying cellular health, like using LLT for mitochondria, if they can significantly boost outcomes even after multiple IVF failures,
Yeah.
then what does that suggest about maybe needing to incorporate this kind of cyclical long-term prep, that rigorous 3-month protocol maybe, into all assisted reproductive treatments as standard practice?
You really have to weigh the value of investing that time up front, using specialization to optimize the body's own resilience, instead of maybe just rushing straight to the most technical procedure available. Something to think about.